Evening from wherever you're tuned in across the globe. Welcome or welcome back. How are we today? My people, my people, my people. How are we today? How have we been? Okay, so please start running me through your briefs. How was last week's assignment? Was it terrifying? Okay, not last week, actually. Monday's assignment, yeah? How was the assignment? You guys share with me, share with me. I want to hear from you. Talk to me, 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 you guys. I saw that a couple of people did not engage with this assignment. Was it too tough? Was it too tedious? You guys share with me now. Let's talk. Let's talk. I'm here watching. My own is, let's see. Okay. Talk to me. Hello. Who is here? Who is early today? The Utumira, hello to you. How are you doing? How have you been? Okay, so we have Genesis Productions. Yay! You were the first to join the live stream today. Shout out to Genesis Productions. You guys show Genesis Productions some love. Please go over to Genesis Productions channel and show them some love. Okay, how are you, Genesis Productions? How have you been? Is that Emmanuel Milano? Is that Milano? Okay, so talk to me, you guys. Who's here? Rose International, I see you. Hello to you. How have you been? Good evening to you. Okay, so we have the Reformers Arts Institute is also here. Remsen Entertainment is also here. Okay, been a while, right? How have you been? Okay, so my screen is screening. I do not know what's going on. Maybe I'll just turn this off and then come back in and let's see. Okay, so I hope it's better now. Okay, so you guys, how have we been? What's going on? How have we been? Okay, so yes. How was the assignment last week? Why didn't some of us engage in the assignment? Was it too tough? You know, we have been laying the foundations and the blocks till the assignment. So why didn't we engage with the assignment? What happened? Were we scared of the assignment? Was it too tough? You guys, please give me your feedbacks. Give me feedbacks. I'm here. I'm reading your chats now. I'm in the chats for now. Okay, so the assignment was easy, but I had to do it while working. Okay, that's from Genesis Productions. The Reformers Arts Institute is on transit. Even the Oversabi was confused on the exact Igbo character. I don't understand that. That's from Rose International. Rose, I do not know. I don't have control over how you see it. It's probably the internet, right? Okay, so today, and of course, as usual, we are doing both theory and practicals, right? So we're just going to rush through it so that the time that we have here together is, you know, interesting. We use it interestingly, right? Okay, so today we are doing chat. So you guys feel free to engage me, talk to me. Can you guys still see my screen? Just to confirm that screen. Can anybody see my screen? Is it my screen now? Can anybody see my screen? If the image is blurry, you can just swipe up and then come back down, right? I think it will get clearer like that. It's probably just the internet playing tricks, right? Okay, so Rose International is saying, to be honest, it was a little off my network, okay? Off my network, okay? Okay, so you can see my screen. But the sound is breaking. That's the internet, you guys. So sorry about that. That's the internet. But if I speak from a place where it's clear, just let me know so that I can stay there, right? I'm currently moving around because the internet is terrible. I'm trying to find the best possible position so that you can hear me clearly, okay? So if I find a better position, just let me know that, you know, you can hear me clearly. All right, so I was talking about Rose International that was saying you had challenge with the character. You shouldn't be having challenges with the character. What we were trying to do was consistency. So why didn't you have your character already, before, trying to place your character in the right places, right? In the right scenes, in the right locations, right? Okay, it's clear now. All right, I will just stay like this. Okay, I'll just stay like this. All right, so yes, you guys, remember to like the live while you're here, like the live stream. Now we're talking about building blueprint. We're transforming your character bibles and foundations, your foundational images into a professional visual storyboard, the essential roadmap for your AI film, right? So when you see different AI films, you know what's constant amongst them. That is, you have the characters. It's not just about throwing characters into the scenes, into the locations, which is what we did in the last class, right? We took our characters and we placed them in the locations that we wanted, probably a fine dining, probably a restaurant, probably a restroom, probably, maybe in a car, maybe in a house. We worked on that the last time. Right? But today we want to talk about your shots. It's important that you understand this. Now, I know that when you're doing traditional filmmaking, usually you would say, oh, you don't care about that. It's not necessarily your work. It's not necessarily what concerns you, because it's only the director that basically calls the shot, right? It's only the director that knows, okay, so I want you to do this, I want you to do that. But guess what? Because you're an AI filmmaker, you have to understand it, right? What are your shots? So we're going to be talking about the major shots that you need to be concerned about, especially as an AI filmmaker, right? There are so many shots out there, but the thing is, once you understand the foundation, what happens next is you can now mix them up, right? To get, it's just like saying, okay, so you want to learn the numbers, right? What do you need right now is to learn 0 to 9. That's basically what you need to learn. You want to learn number 1 to trillions and zillions and whatever. What do you actually need to learn 0 to 9? Because every number that you'll be creating will just be mixing those numbers up. So that's what I'm going to give you today, right? You have to learn the foundation, and then you will be able to mix them up and get the results that you're looking for at the end of the day. Okay, so today we're talking about the shots for your scenes, and then we go into your short list, how to plan your short list, and then basically how to build your storyboard. Okay, so if you're here and you're learning, say if you're hearing my voice, if you're lost, say I am lost, so that we can find you. Okay, all right, so I think I did it. Okay, so that's from Rose International saying I did it. The character first before scenes, but I don't know why the AI is always putting earring on the girl's ear. Okay, so remember we had that issue and I told you guys how to fix it. Whatever you really do not want to show up at any given time, you have to instruct it clearly and say, hey, no matter what happens, do not do this. It's called a negative prompt. So your positive prompt is basically what you want in your character, in your images. But your negative prompt is after you are done putting your positive prompts. Sometimes because the AI is basically trying to impress you, right? So it might easily think, okay, so my madam is trying to create something fashionable. How is she forgetting earring? So he decided to add earring for you. Right? So, but you, because of the character you're creating, and probably that no, you don't need earring for that character, your duty is to enforce your instructions by giving a negative prompt. Do you understand? So if by adventure you're creating any scene and there is something particularly you do not want, emphasize it. On no account should this be added. That is how to maintain consistency. Your AI is basically out to impress you. Understand? So not understanding that is basically the clear communication between you and your AI, right? Okay, so any other question, any other challenges that you had from the last assignment? Anyone who had any challenges, drop it here so that I can explain it, I can help you out. Okay, so the Reformers Art Institute is saying, I'm particular about the PDF slides for us who have been attending. It's been so useful for me. It puts me on track as I revise. Amazing. Okay. So you guys, we had a deal, we had an arrangement, yeah, and that arrangement has not been met. So really, there is no, how do I put it, stiff commitment from our end, yeah. There is no longer any stiff commitment from our end. So what happens is this: I'll try to send the ones that I can, because these documents were prepared specifically, you know, for our academy. We currently have an academy we are building. So these are documents that we have prepared for our academy. So if we were sharing them out, it was because the criteria had been met. Okay, but that is why we have these videos, for you to always return here and revise, right? You can always come back to these videos. The replays are always up. Even when I said I would not leave the replays, I thought about it and I left the replays because, well, time zones, different issues, so we considered that and we left the replays. So you are free to come back here to get the replays. But for the PDFs, we really do not owe you guys that, right? But we would look into that. We'll look into that and see what we can, share with you. Okay, so all right. So any other question, any other work, anything else that we need to know? Any other thing that you were having challenges with that you want me to touch on as we move forward? Because it's important that you understand the foundation, right, before we move forward into building your shots and the rest. If you cannot clearly place your character in the right location, in the right areas, get your character in the right costume or whatever, any other thing we are doing now will just be compounding your confusion, right? So you need to be able to understand, all that we have learned, all that we have taught up till this point. All right. So let us know if you had any confusion, if you had any challenges, let me know. That any challenges that you had while dealing with your assignments. You guys were paired together, right? You guys were paired together. So how was it like working with your teammates? Because going forward now, we're trying to rebuild that feeling of working with, that traditional feeling that we had when we did traditional filmmaking and we're on location. So we're trying to regain that in one way or another through AI filmmaking. That's why we're building communities, right? So let me know how your working relationship was with the person that you worked with. You guys share, give feedbacks about the person you worked with. What was it like? Okay, so yeah, I get it, Oliver Twist. You want to know more about the academy? Yes, we'll share more. For those who do not know yet, I am the founder and creative director of SAB Studios NG. My name is Sandra Adeyeye Bello, popularly known as SAB. Feel free to call me SAB. You can check the description of most of our videos. SAB Studios NG birthed an AI community. Yes, it's a global AI community. We are 600 and counting currently. You can check the link of any of our descriptions and just click on it and join. It is free for any AI filmmaker across the world to join. We have people from across different countries, Uganda, South Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, and so on. Even the UK, the US, Pakistan, India, they are all on that particular platform, and it's free for everyone to join. We have different opportunities for you to spar with existing creators, find monetization options and opportunities and so on. There is just so much. It's a growing community, okay? And it's Africa to the world. You know me and Africa, right? So it's Africa to the world, you guys. So yes, the academy will be launched. And the reason I was saying that was because of the person who was asking about the academy, yeah? So the academy will be launched during our festival in October. So we have a festival that is coming up. A couple of you already know about it. African AI International Film Festival, AIF. So yes, we're going to be launching the academy yet. So a lot of things are still under wrap. So I can't say much about it, but if you belong to our community, you'll get to hear the information first. All right. So feel free, join the community. It's free for everybody to join. No charges at all. You just need to be committed because of course you meet other people there. Right, and there are so many opportunities on there for you, from learning to showcasing your work to also, monetizing your skills. Right, there's just so much on there. All right, so moving on. Okay, so You're welcome. You're welcome. SAP to the world. That's from Reformers Art Institute. Okay. So Remsen Entertainment is saying using iPhone for AI is honestly frustrating. What was frustrating about it? What was frustrating about it? Do you know your mentor, Mr. Danny? Is actually a big iPhone user. That is why I told you guys, get closer to these people so that you will hear from them. Ask them questions. They are usually introducing themselves, but you guys don't ask them questions. You are busy gisting instead of picking their brains and asking them, hey, what can I do? How can I do? I'm using this phone. I'm using that phone. Ask them questions. That's why they are here, to answer your questions. Mr. Danny is using an iPhone, and he's basically, I use an iPhone, but I don't use my iPhone for, for AI creations and so on. I call it my walkabout. So I have a walkabout phone, that I use basically for these types of work. But someone who I know uses an iPhone for productions is Mr. Danny. So talk to him, chat him up on the group, okay? Ask him your questions about using an iPhone, from audio productions to image productions and so on. Ask him. He's going to tell you his experience, maybe give you some cheat sheets. How do they call it? Cheat sheets, yeah. Or tips, tricks, hacks, and all of that can help you get through, whatever frustration you might be going through. Okay. Your mentors are there to help you guys. You guys you're not talking to them. Oh, okay. No problem. And these are the people you want to work with during internship. All right. June is almost over. We'll see now. All right. So, okay. So, I've been searching for a web or app for music generation that uses vocal recording, like using the same voice for every song by recording my voice. You can use Sun Auto. I shared Sun Auto with you guys, right? You can easily, record your sound and then put it into Sun Auto. Suno also allows it. I think most of them are beginning to open that up. You can easily import your song in there and then change whatever you want to change, right? You can easily use that. You can. Most of these platforms allow that, right? Suno allows it. I know of Suno. I know of Sun Auto. You can check that. Suno and Sun Auto, I know them for sure, right? I think Udio and the rest, you can check them out. Most of them allow you to bring in your voice, right? They have an option. They'll say generate song from prompt, generate song from lyrics, or import your sound, right? So you can import your, tell them what you want to change, probably add instrumentals or whatever, right? They will fine tune it and give you really, really nice stuff. So you can check that out, okay? So to clone your voice, cloning of voice, is that what he's talking about? Or he wants to produce his own songs, but on a budget? Because of course we all know that going to pay for studio time these days are not, it's not beans, right? I hope they still use that slang before I'll be sounding like an oldie right now. I'm trying to sound Gen Z-ish, right? So yeah, so if it's cloning of voice mostly comes with TTS, but for audio recording, I don't think that's what he was asking about, since he's talking about music, using his voice to record constantly as an artist. Okay, yes, talk to them. Okay, so how can you get the 200 prompt book? Yes, it is linked in the video. Most of the videos, check the old videos, right? These live streams are in the playlist. You can easily just check them. I usually pin them in the comment section. So once you click it, even the post on this channel, there is a post on this channel that has the link. So all you need to do is just click the link. It will direct you to the payment page. Just pay. It's just 1,000 naira. You can get that 200 prompt book. Okay, just click it, get that book. Very easy peasy, straightforward. Okay. All right, so you guys, I think I've tackled most of your challenges. I'm not seeing any other questions again. So I'm gonna move forward. This is why we do this, you guys. This is why we do this. Okay, this is why we do this. So yes, we're moving forward. Yes, check the link of the descriptions, check the post of this channel, check the videos, the previous videos, right? Check them. You'll see the link. It's very easy. Okay. I think, is our mentor on board? Mr. Danny, is Mr. Danny here? Is Mr. Morel Creates, is she here? So if you don't see it, if you don't still get it, by the end of this class, we'll still forward it to you. We'll still forward the link to the group, right? So that you guys can get it. All right. It's just 1,000 naira. You can easily just click it and get it. Over 200 prompts to help you, balance your creation. So let's move forward, you guys. We have spent some time here. I hope everyone is, no more confusion. No more confusion, right? All right, so we are moving forward. Please, the foundations are important. Now we are getting into real work. So it is important that your foundation is solid so that the house will not come tumbling down. When we say go and generate a full 5 minutes or 3 minutes or 2 minutes or 10 minutes, film, you will not be confused. Oh, what should I do now? What should I do now? That's why we have taken it processes by processes, small. Now you know what? You know your script, you know your text, you know your audio, you know your, do you understand? You all know these things now. Last week we didn't want to overwhelm you by doing too much. That's why you even had that assignment. Because when you're generating your film, inside one film, you will have more than 5 pictures, images. But look at the assignment. The assignment was just 5. Say generate your characters in 5 different scenes, right? So imagine you're doing a film of probably 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes with AI. You don't want to be confused. You really don't want to be confused, okay? So we're moving forward now. If you missed any part, please go and watch those videos again so that you'll be very clear and then you can move forward with us, all right? Okay, now we're talking about transforming your character Bibles, which we already talked about. You already know them. When you're building your character, you know what to do, right? That character Bible you built while building your script, that is what you will use to generate your characters. We have talked about that in the last class, right? And then your foundational images. Your foundational images are what we talked about last week in the last class. Generate each character individually on a white background or a black background so that when it's just like, those who are used to designing already, they already know this, right? It's easy for you to cut them out. And that is basically what the AI will do for you, right? So when you put them against a white background or a black background, when you mix them together, it is easy to crop them out and put them in the new scene without you doing Photoshop or all of that. Do you understand? That is the whole idea behind it. All right. So the foundational images is what we talked about last week, generating your character from your character Bible and then placing them in foundational images, which is what scene is this? What frame is this? Where should my character be? You already know that. You have done that in the last class and you did your assignments. So celebrate yourselves in the chat. If you're getting value, say If you're lost, say I am lost. If you're lost, say I am lost. No, Mr. Danny is not KKC Mini. He's African Sparktails. That's African Sparktails. Yes. Mr. Danny is African Sparktails. KKC Mini is Mr. Kenneth, okay? All right, so yes, you can easily just tag them and ask them on the group, okay? You guys should ask them, talk to them, all right? So KKC Mini is Mr. Kenneth, African Sparktails is Mr. Danny, and then of course Auntie Morenike, right? Morel Create AI. So we are moving forward, you guys. This is the Coco. This is, I don't know if they're saying Coco again. Hey, God, I'm sounding so old school. You guys should give me slangs now so that I'll be using slangs to sound like Gen Z now. All right, so we're moving into the juice of the matter. This is where your light begins to shine. This is where your art begins to shine. Because if I give you guys, all of you, if I give you one script, one scene, and I say you guys should create your images, guess what? That one scene, you guys will still interpret it differently. I will give you guys one scene, but all of you will interpret that one scene differently. This is why this particular class is important. So we're talking about your shots and your visual language, okay? So before you begin to generate, you must know what lens you are looking through, okay? Shots types define the emotional stakes of your scene. So for example, what are you seeing here? So I can do this, and you would, like, I have zoomed out, and I'm making the page very I'm making the page very distant from you. But when I do this, I'm overemphasizing something on the screen. You guys, can you see? So whenever we call a frame, when we say frame means anything you see. That is what the audience will see at the end of the day, not what you as the director you are seeing, right? Because you as the director, you're seeing all the scatter for the back of the scene, right? But when it will come out produced, what the audience will see at the end of the day is what we call a scene, a frame, Okay, that is what we call a frame. For example, at the back of this place now where I'm teaching you, I know how scattered the studio is, right? You know they see am. Wetin you dey see now, wetin dey my screen. That is called a frame. That is what is called a frame. Okay, so whenever we talk about a frame, when I say go and generate one frame, when I say go and generate two frames, you can generate multiple frames for one scene. You can generate multiple frames for one scene. Okay, frame is exactly what your audience will be seeing at the end of the day. They're not going to see say you generate 30 images to get one. They will not see that you generated 50, 100 before you pick one out of it. They will not see all those, shabby, whatever you did behind. What they care about is, hey, this film sweet, oh, that one that you showed them. That is what they care about. So you need to understand that. But how do you get them to feel that what you are creating is worth their time? That's where your shots and your visuals come in. Okay, that is where your shots and your visuals come in. So let us talk about each of these shots because you don't want to miss it. It depends on what you show. Sometimes, like a lot of us are just so lackadaisical about these things and like, oh, let me just do it, But professionals understand what each shot means. If you're putting up an extreme close-up, just like this, if I do this, your focus goes straight to this place, storyboard or blueprint. In fact, your eyes will practically go to blueprints because that is the boldest thing on your screen, right? That is what I force you to pay attention to. Do you understand? That is the control you have as a director. That is the kind of control you have. You are forcing the audience to pay attention to something when you do this. So from blueprints now, I have decided to do it like this, to say, no, this is the one I want you to focus on. This is what we call extreme close-up. Extreme close-up is when you decide to zoom into something and focus the audience. You force them to pay attention to that thing, whether it is a teacup, whether it is the hand of your client, of your character, whether it is, their lips, whether it is their eyes, whether it is whatever. You force the audience to pay attention to something. This is what we call extreme close-up. Okay? And we use it in our films a lot when we focus on something. Okay, now look at this. This is what we are talking about. Extreme close-up, ECU. It means intense focus on a single detail. Eye, hand, or object. I just showed you that as an example. So for my frame, what you are seeing on my frame, I can force you to focus on anything. I can force you to focus on language. I can force you to focus on E or G or whatever. This is me using extreme close-up with you. So in your film, it is your duty to say, okay, in my story, I want to focus on the girl's leg while she's running. I want to focus on the man's hand while he's pulling the trigger or something. Excuse me. I want to focus on, it is left for you. So when you choose that concept, that idea, right, you are automatically pulling the audience into your world to see what you see. Why do you want them to focus there? That is you as a director. It is your duty to answer that question. Okay? Probably you want us to focus on something. Maybe you bring it up later. Maybe that is the answer to the question we have been asking. Do you understand? Now, close up. Close up is just like I just did now. We were here, extreme close-up. I said, no, let's see some other parts of this script. And we are doing what? Close-up. See you. That is what we call it. Now, I know that a lot of us, we have probably heard it while on location and the rest, right? See you is creating emotional connection to the character's face. So usually you have seen those people whenever, for example, if you've watched Titanic, when they want to kiss, guess what? The director will say, go, 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 zoom, 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 near their mouth, So I know that you guys are beginning to imagine things now, but that is the whole idea. The whole idea is to bring intimacy with your character. It is to bring intimacy with your characters. You are trying to pull and create an emotional connection. That is why sometimes you are watching one kind of film like that and your stomach will begin to run. And between, it is the director controlling your emotion at that time. That is the power that you have. That is the power that you have as a director, as a filmmaker. Do you understand? That is the power that you have. You can make your audience feel anything. It is left for you to decide how you want them to feel. What should they focus on? What should they look? Do you understand? All right, so now that takes us to medium shot. So from here, we came to here. Now we can do this so that you can see more. Get an overview of maybe this is why this person is behaving like this. For example, they've used this shot a lot. Let me tell you a shot. You guys think about it. So someone will just knock on the door, bam, 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 and then the next thing, the person will be like the person from inside will just be like, yeah, who's there? And you just see your neighbor, the eye through the peephole, and the person is just looking through the peephole, and then you don't see any other person. By the time you open the door, right, you now see that there's somebody else there behind them, and then you are like, oh, hello, my neighbor, how you doing? And your neighbor is busy trying to tell you that something is going on, but you don't understand. Guess what? Until they now open up and show you that behind the neighbor, the person that is standing near them, right, is pointing something to them on their waist, on their back, or something. That is when you now understand. Abi? That is what medium shot does. It takes you from extreme close-up where you don't really know, the whole story, and brings you into close-up where you feel like, oh, it seems like I now understand. That's when the person opened the door. Then medium close-up. Oh my God, what is going on? That's basically it. So character from the waist up, balanced for interaction, just like I just talked about. Medium shot basically creates what? Interaction. You now understand the whole picture. Oh, this is why this is. Do you understand? It's basically where we tell most of our story from. Most of us, when we say go and generate images, most of us end up generating images in medium shots because we want to show every environment, right? Okay, so our character is in a boutique, we show the whole boutique. Our character is, taking a phone call in their room, we show the bedroom. We want to show that the place is very, very touche and everything. Do you understand? So medium shot is where we usually tell our stories from. But then over the shoulder is more intimate, right? It's almost like a POV shot. It takes us to see something that probably we want to establish a perspective, right, in a dialogue. That is why when two characters are talking, we do what? We look at from this person's side, we look at the other person's face. From that person's side, we look at the other person's face. Don't worry, we are going to be exploring most of these, but like I said, you are basically learning the foundations now. You are learning the foundation of the shots. You have been on traditional filmmaking set before, so you have heard the director say, no, take that from close up. No. Take that from OTS. That's over the shoulder. So, we are beginning to use those language now. I sent you guys that PDF. So I hope you now know this language. So when I say CU, when I say ECU, when I say MS or OTS, OTS is what? Over the shoulder. So if the director is telling the DOP saying over the shoulder, OTS, basically is saying that actor is doing well. Take that shot so that we can see their expression. Right? So over the shoulder, you're taking it from one person's behind to the other person's behind. Okay. And then wide shot. Wide shot is usually when you want to create distance, right? It is basically you trying to distance yourself from whatever is going on. You want your audience to feel distant from whatever is going on. This is basically what we use for establishing shots, right? Like, like we want to show the city, the overview of the city. That means we are far from the city. We are not necessarily in that city. But when we want to now, of course, when we want to show that we are now close to the city, we now do what? We zoom in. We come closer. That's when we use the other shots, the medium shot, the close up, the extreme shot. But when we want to create distance, we use what? We use the wide shot. So this sets the scene and character placement within the environment. What does wide shot do? What does the wide shot do? It sets the scene and the character placement within the environment. So, of course, this helps you to know who is who, where are they living, what's their town, what's their village, all of that. That is what you use wide shot to do. It creates distance. You basically just understand that, oh, this is who this person is because you see their environment. That is what wide shot does. All right, now let's go to short list. I hope everyone is understanding. Are we carrying everyone along? Is somebody missing? Is somebody lost? If you're getting value, say let's check. Mic check. Is somebody missing? Is somebody lost? Should we check on someone? If you're getting value, say I'm lost, so that we can find you. We have established the foundations of your shot. We have established what? The foundations of your shot. So that when we go into your storyboard, you can define the type of shots you want. Okay? So that the AI is not doing, the AI can do it for you. Don't get me wrong. The AI can do it for you. But like I say, I always teach you what the processes, so that without AI, even the day where AI pack up, you go still know am. You know, go say, hey, SAB don't abandon me. Oh, she dropped me for middle of ocean. Okay. So I have given you the foundations. You need to understand why we use each shot. That is why I gave you examples, right? Extreme shots. You guys tell me, what do we use extreme shots for? What do we use extreme close-up for? ECU, what do we use it for? Let me do mic check. Let me do mic check. Oh yeah, let's talk. Who has learned something? What do we use ECU for? What do we use the ECU for? In filmmaking, what explain it the way you understood it, right? I broke it down so that everybody can pick something from there. So explain it in your own way. Don't say it the way SAB said it. Explain it in your own way. Tell me in the chat, what does ECU mean? How do we use it for film? What does it translate to? Tell me in the chats. When we say CU, when we say MS, what does it also mean? Right? You guys have to read your chats. Okay? When we say OTS, what do we mean? Tell me. Somebody tell me. Yes. You guys tell me on the screen. So for whichever one you're answering, make sure you're writing it so that I can know which one you're answering. Okay? You say we use ECU, or we use CU, or we use MS, or we use OTS for, or we use WS. Make sure you are writing it so that we can know which one you're talking about. So that in case you don't get it, we can help you. Okay, but if you answer generically, we don't know which one you're talking about, right? All right, so Mobi Studios is here. Mobi Studio is saying intense focus on the character. What does intense focus on the character mean? So Rose International Studios is saying extreme close-up is to focus intensely on one thing. Yes, check. Please, if you did not get it, please read that one. If you still don't know it, ask question. No, there is no wrong answer. All right, no con say that we lost you. Answer and learn. This is how we learn. Okay. All right, so ECU focuses on a particular thing. Yes, it forces the focus of the audience to something. It forces the audience to focus on something at a time. That is a director's very big go-to. Every director loves to use it because that shows that the director is in control of what story they are telling. Right? So visual storytelling is different. For example, the director does not want to explain everything through dialogue. The director will say, no, capture this, so you don't need to say it again. Right? So that is the director's go-to. When the director wants you to focus on this, focus on that, cut to this, cut to that, it is the director's duty to know what he wants to force the audience to take note of. If you, peradventure, you shoot a WS, for a particular scene where the detective is trying to solve a case, and last we'll come back to something in that scene, why will you not use an ECU in that scene and you just give us a WS? Right? Why will you just use a WS? We just see a white place and we are distant from it. We don't care about the story, right? But usually the reason you see even Nollywood uses it a lot, that's why people have even talked about Nollywood and say, oh, Nollywood now only close up. They know. Anytime they are using dialogue, you see that most times they resort to what? CU. Most times they resort to what? CU. So that the audience can connect to the characters. Okay, so you guys tell me. All of you just talked about CU. All of you just talked about ECU. Nobody talked about CU. Nobody talked about MS. Nobody talked about OTS. You guys are not sharing with me. Where is the Utu mirror? The Utu mirror, where are you? Are you answering? You're not answering me. Oh, I'm not seeing you in the chat. Okay, so ECU focuses on a particular thing. That's correct. Yes, that's correct. Chimezie Nwa Orie is here, and that's his answer or her answer. Okay, and then Ramsey Entertainment is saying focusing intensely or being particular on a character or scene. On a character or scene. No, that's not correct. ECU is focusing specifically on something. It is not the whole scene. It cannot focus on the whole scene. That is WS. WS is for the whole scene. ECU is particularly on something. There must be something scene that you are focusing on. That is what ECU is all about. Someone is flirting with someone to their mouth as they are doing to the person, opening their mouth, licking their tongue, doing all those things. That is ECU. You zoom in and you are focusing on probably, like, for example, all those detective films that they do black and white and the lady's mouth is in red, right? What they are focusing on, they will just go near. She's not talking. Maybe she's whispering into somebody's ear and we just focus on the mouth, right? Sherlock Holmes really uses that a lot. Sherlock Holmes, I don't know if you guys have watched Sherlock Holmes, yeah? But Sherlock Holmes uses that a lot. It zooms into the mouth of the person while they are kind of whispering, doing something. Yeah, so that is ECU. It is not the whole scene. It is something in that scene, a particular something in that scene. It could be the fingers, it could be the way they cross. ECU is basically you trying to draw the audience's attention to something. So your duty is you're going to make sure that the audience focuses on that thing you want them to focus on. That is when you use what? ECU. All right, so I hope what's his name? What's her name? Okay, Ramsey Entertainment. I hope you got that. You're the one that said ECU is about character or scene. No, that's not correct. You might want to say MS, medium shot, right? OTS means over the shoulder shot. Yes. Why do you use it? That's the question. Why do you use OTS? And how do you use it? Why and how do you use OTS? That's the question. CU focuses on a particular event. Chimezie, clarify. That is not clear. On a particular event? CU basically breeds connection, you guys, emotional connection. So let me let you read this or take a screenshot, okay? Let me let you read this and take a screenshot. So move forward, okay? So you guys, you need to understand what your shots are all about. Wide shots, WS, is to view the environment. That is general shot of the scene. Correct. Rose International, that's correct. Basically, the reason we use it is why. Tell me why we use WS shots. Why do we use WS? Why do we use WS shots? Right? So Moby Studio is saying CU brings a closer view to the character. It exposes emotions too. Check. That is correct. Moby Studios, that is correct. Check. Genesis Productions is saying OTS means over the shoulder shot, and it is a camera angle where the camera is positioned behind one character. Correct. Why do we use it? We know why. We know how they use it. But why do we use it? That will guide you in your storytelling. You need to understand the why. When people do something, you don't just say, oh, they just do it like that now. Why? That is what we are answering now. ECU means if you want to get the clear information about something in a movie. Okay, yeah. Okay. Oluebube, welcome. That's the first time I'm seeing your name here. Welcome. I think I'll just stick to Samuel. I see Samuel in your name too, so let me just go with Samuel so I don't murder the other name, right? Okay, so Samuel, welcome. All right, so yes, ECU means you want to get a clear information about something, so you focus on that thing. You focus the camera, the full frame. Just like we talked about, what you see on your screen right now is a frame. That means a particular thing in that scene. So you shoot particularly and focus, zoom into the thing you want to focus on, not everything. That is ECU. ECU means extreme close-up. It means zoom in intensely. This is from Nazareth. Hi, Nazareth. Welcome. I love your answer. Yes, zooms in intensely on a single specific detail, like just a character's eye or a ticking watch. Check. You guys, that is the answer for today's ECU. CU close-up is it frames a character tightly using just, from the shoulder up. Correct. But why? The question is why. You answered the other one, why, right? Like it is basically focusing on something specific, like it's trying to create details, but you did not answer the why for this one. Why do we use a close-up, right? Why do we use a close-up shot? Okay, to get a better shot or character. That is from Bukola. Okay, all right. So MS, all right. So I feel like we now get it. You guys, please look at the answers that Nazareth is giving. Nazareth seems to be on point today, right? So you guys look at the answers that Nazareth is giving so that we can move forward. All right. So now we are going to shortlist. So when you want to do your story, know that a lot of us had confusion, like, okay, we say go and generate 5 images. How did you decide the 5 images that you finally generated? That is the question we are asking now. How did you choose that, oh, it is this 5 that I want to show in my film? How did you choose it? What was the directorial concept behind it? What was the idea behind your choosing that particular shot, in your film? Why did you choose to convey that particular? Because every decision you make in your story and your film at the end of the day translates your vision, right? So why did you choose the one that we saw? You could have chosen 1,000 other options, but why did you choose that particular one to say, oh, okay, for this scene, let us do it like this. She should stay like this. Okay, we'll use over the shoulder shot here. And I feel like she should be tilted somehow. I feel like, okay, she should be lying down there. I feel like she should be, how did you come to that decision of that shot that we ended up seeing in your film? That's where we talk about the short list. Okay? This is the pre-generation planning. Now we are going into video production now. I hope you can see this is the foundation of your video production, right? We have touched on foundations. We have done image generation. We have talked about TTS and all of that. This is the foundation of video production. By next week, we are going to be fully into video production. So if you don't know this foundation, hey, you better spend the weekend watching and starting all over again. You guys, I beg you. So the short list is the pre-generation and the planning phase for your film, right? It is the planning phase for your film. You don't just jump up and say, I get scripts, as I be do this thing, make I go do them. You be like all those Alaba or Nisha, boys and girls. So may we not come they do Alaba and Onisha for AI filmmaking too. We're trying to do something different. We're trying to be, classical. We're trying to create global films that people want to see across the globe, not just our people. We want to create, beautiful, beautiful films, right? So we're going for that. That's what we're going for, right? So that is why we have to pay attention to the details, all right? Okay, so a short list is your logical guide, right? So instead of waking up and winging it, that is why I've been asking all the questions that I've been asking. You don't just wake up and wing things. You have to plan for it, right? So from the get-go, when you saw your script, what kind of story do you want to tell? We have talked about this before. What is the emotion you want to channel through your film? Is it fear for those who are creating horror, right? Is it vanity for those who are creating billionaire films, lavish lifestyle, all those stuff? Is that what you want to convey through your film? Is it probably religion, maybe a spiritual belief or something? Is that what you want to convey through your film? You have to have a decision. You have to have a plan for your film before you say, SAB generate image, make we go. Oh yeah, I could generate image. If you end up generating image, which is what I saw a lot of us did for our assignment, right? We did that for our assignment, which at the end of the day did not communicate, did not convey any emotion. A lot of us ended up creating images that were beautiful, but told no story. It had no story to it. So you need to understand this and plan. When you see your script, what is the first thing you should do? Read your script. Decide director, because that is what the director actually does. So you guys, you will begin to appreciate directors now. When you see them, you go just salute them, say, guy, Oga, you try. I know. When you see Kemi Adetiba, salute. You understand? When you see Clarence Peter, salute. Do you understand? Because these guys just wake up and say, may we go. They sit down, they plan the concept. Colors that you see hold meaning. The characters that you see, maybe the character moved from left to right. They did not just wake up and throw it in. A lot of people have that problem. You will create very fine visuals, no story. Very beautiful visuals, no story. We cannot feel anything. We're not feeling fear. Our heart's not a beat when we see them. Make we they do, hey, this guy should move now, move fast now. Guess what? It was the director that did that. It was the director that did that. So now you, as an AI filmmaker, it is your to now do that. So if you know, say the thing hard you to, anytime you see directors, salute them. You understand? Because they walk. They walk. I know say all of them are going to look and say, this man wait all day, they shout for me. Guy, he walks. It is his creative vision. When you see Kule Afolayan's film and no other person can replicate that style, what do you think saying they do? You think say easy? You understand? So you need to be able to sit down and plan. So this is where your short list comes in. Right? That is why you see some films, especially music videos, they plan even to transition, right? You will see people plan their transition and say, okay, this one, when we shoot this one like this, when this person go right like this, as the person they reach right, the other person go they come up for the right, go they enter. They are two different people, but they plan where in the shot will this person walk from here to here. Then they will come out, another person will come out from that same place, that same line, that same everything, and it will still sync. It will look like one continuous shot. So you need to be able to plan. This is where short list comes in. My time to explain it now because this is a creative part of creating. AI can do the other part for you. It can do every other thing for you. Guess what? If you sit there, AI say make it do, create short lists for you, go create them. But does AI see the creativity behind why this is why it is? Does your AI see why you want to choose a character to wear a bead, a particular bead only on the left hand? Does your AI see that why there must be a lamp in this house at all times? Does your AI see that? Do you understand? That is where you come in. So you cannot outsource this one. You cannot outsource it. Yes, you can give your AI to refine it for you, but you cannot outsource it. Any film where they do, now it make you go watch some kind of film, you go say, Kai, I just wasted half of my life. Maybe it's 30 minutes film, you say, Kai, I just wasted 30 minutes of my life. You watch another one, they do like 1 hour, you go say, Chai, they're not supposed to do part 2 now. You understand? That is what separates the person who say, may we go, and the person that's like, okay, guys, I've seen the script, give me some time, let me look at this, and I'll get back to you guys. Do you understand? That is what separates the Agberu from the Ajebo. All right, so I'm talking to Ajebos in the house now. So you guys, let's talk as Ajebos, right? So I'm going to be speaking spray right now because we are Ajebos, right? All right, so basically your short list is your logical guide. Just like when, some of us, when we are traveling, we want to travel out of the country, we want to plan, we're going to have to write our checklist and say, our boxes, check. We have gone shopping, check. Toiletries, check. We check all those things and we're like, yeah. So yes, that's what this is basically about. It is your project guide. How the film will end up looking. So you have to have a project guide. That's where your shortlist comes in. So in your shortlist, what are the things that you must have? You must have one, your scene number. You have written your script. Your script has a scene number. For example, you know whether you have 15 scenes in your story, right? So tell us, which scene are we seeing? Which scene are you planning? In scene 1, how does it look like? You put scene 1. What are the shots that you are looking for? For example, in scene 1, we can have up to 5 different frames, right? Don't worry, we're going to be exploring them shortly, right? We're going to be exploring it shortly. I'm just doing the theory part because, say the way we they do them now, we they do both, we they think, and then we they, show practical, we they show working. So let us talk the theory, then we now go and do practical. So for your scene 1, you can decide to have probably 6 frames. Remember what I talked about frames. Frames are important. You will continue to hear me say frames, okay? Frames are important. So probably in your scene 1, you say, okay, I want to have 4 frames. I want to have 6 frames. I want to have 9 frames. Up to you, depending on how detailed you want to shoot your story. right? So short types, you're going to put your short types. We already talked about the short types, the foundational short types here. Am I going to have one ECU? Am I going to have one MS? Am I going to have 2 or 5 OTS, depending on the scene, on the story? And then the action event, what is happening there? Who are we seeing? What are they doing? What is going on? How is the story progressing? This is what we see here, right? And then your directorial notes, that is what the visual note is all about. So as a director, you might say, oh, I want my characters to kiss under the rain. Right? So maybe the script just says they were just talking, and the guy kissed her. The script not right say rain go fall. But you as the director, you go look and say, no, this thing go tight if rain they fall, right? Now you go come decide, say, okay, let's add rain in this scene. You can put it there. You can say, oh, maybe as they want do something like this, NEPA take lighting. Now your choice, you will decide that, right? Because remember, like I said at the beginning of today's, give all of you one scene and then all of you will interpret it differently. You remember I said that somebody might take that scene, that script, and decide to express it in a comedy format. Another person might see it and choose to express it in a horror format. Another person might see that scene and decide to express it in what? Another format. So it is the director, the way you express them, now you show your directorial concept. The way you decide to express that scene at the end of the day, the visual that we end up seeing, it shows your what? Your directorial concept. For example, the specific mood. Which mood they're day? Do you understand? It is you that will choose the angle you want to shoot from. So, for example, the guy that has been practicing, if I see this lady, this is what I will say to her. If I see this lady, this is what I will say to her. Guess what? This shot in my head, the way I see him now, in day one bedroom, dirty bedroom, the wall, this thing, scatter, and the mirror self crack somehow, and the thing they dirty, never clean the mirror since, and they practice. What does that tell you? It shows that the guy has low self-esteem already. His environment already tells you that this guy is suffering from low self-esteem. And he's talking to himself in the mirror, which shows what? Reflection. He is reflecting. Do you understand? That is my own scene in my head. The way you go see him, say, oh, when I tell you, say, shoot a guy that is rehearsing what he will tell another girl. Your own feel they different. You feel say, oh, maybe this guy is sitting waiting for his girlfriend in a coffee shop and he's busy waiting. If this girl come, I will say this. I'll compliment her hair. I'll compliment her shoe. I will do this. Do you see that I have taken the same shot and I have talked about it in different ways? Up to you as a director. Now you go decide lighting, camera angles, specific mood. Okay, so this is why it is important for you to decide from here, because the truth is, when you start to decide, your film will have the same feel from the beginning to the end. You know, one can start film. The film they be like saying na comedy. By the time you reach middle now, we not gonna understand what they tell us again. Is this film a comedy? Abi is it a tragedy? Abi na horror? Abi na what will they see? You understand? That is what stands Hollywood out. Because from the get-go, you already understand what you're watching. If you want to watch an action film, you go carry Tom Cruise film. Abi, you will carry James Bond film. If you want to watch a love film, a lover, all those waiting that they call them, you go and look for Ryan Reynolds, Abi, Ryan Reynolds. All those they are soft boys. Their film, you go find them. If you want to watch drama, na series, of course, you go carry series. You go start to watch Grey's Anatomy and the rest, right? If you want to, you can see how it is classified. So if you want to stand out, that is why I'm talking about this. You see, say I deliberately, I not talk say niche. That is why, what do they call it? Kunle Afolayan is specific. Kunle Afolayan not carrying film one day, can't say, no, I want to do action film. Kunle Afolayan has been doing what? Epic films. And you enjoy it because he's a storyteller. Now, people where their grandmama tell them story, when they grow, when they go tell them, say, story, oh story, story, oh story. This is how the trees used to talk. These are the people. He has not deviated from that. Now you, when one can't try to copy him, now you get problem. Oh. Do you understand? Be known for something. Be known for something. Okay. What do we call it? Funke Akindele. Look at her films. You don't need to see Omogeto, see Jennifer, see the other ones. You guys, you have known them for something. Do you understand? So from now make I say make una no rush. I know say the thing is sweet our body back. We want quick. You understand? Calm down. Build your plan. Who do you want to be known as? What do you want to be known as? When we say Rose International Studios now, waiting Rose International Studios they create. Are you a lover girl? Are we going to be seeing love films from you? Let us know. Are we going to be seeing drama from the Reformers Art Institute? Let us know. Are we going to be seeing horror from Bukola? Let us know. Are we going to be seeing what other films, mystery, sci-fi? Let us know you for that. Not gonna say, I like this one, I see this person, fine, make I go do them too. You understand? Be known for that. Be known for that. Okay? Your short list will help you plan. It is like planning a project. So you have to do it. If you get 50 scenes, you go plan 50 scenes. So if you draw a table, right? You draw a table and you put at the table head, the heading, you put scene 1, scene number, short type, action events, and visual notes. Now you go the right time. That will help guide your film production. Okay, so if you're doing a short list, that is how to do it. Draw a table, put these as your scene headings, that is your scene number, short type, and the action and events, then the visual notes. The visual notes is basically your directorial concept, which I have explained. All right, now we are going into the meat, the juice, the thing about today's class, what I am freaking loving, what I love about today's class, right? So before we go into the storyboard, which I am super excited, you can already tell I am excited about it, right? If you have gotten value so far, say If you've not gotten value, say I'm lost. Let us know the people that are lost. Let us know the people that came to school. Let us know the people that are here. Let us know the people that are lost. If you are winning, if you're here, if you're getting value, say If you are lost, say I'm lost. If you're lost, say I'm lost. If you're getting value, say I'm getting value. I'm getting value. Where is the journalist? The journalist is not here today. What's happening? You guys check on the journalist. The journalist has been AWOL for a while. Somebody check on the journalist. Let me know the people that used to be here that are not here today. Okay, who's here? Is the Utumira still here? Okay, so I see the Reformers. I was about to ask about the Reformers Art Institute. Where is Emmanuel Milano? What about Neza? Neza is also active on the group. Is Neza here? Who else? Let me see the people that are active so that I can see whether I remember all your names. There is what is his name? Wait till they call him. What's his name? The guy that won the last time that did not come to class. Is he in class today? Okay, so we move forward. We're going into the storyboard. The storyboard is the bridge between your script and motion. Guys, we're about to enter into the practical of things. Okay, the storyboard is the bridge between script and motion. It ensures one, visual flow. It does the eye move logically across the frame? All those things. Those are the things I want to talk about, right? Continuity. Are your characters' clothes, lighting, and environment consistent across shots? Right? So that is what your storyboard does. So we have talked about all of these. Extreme close up, medium shot, over the shoulder shot, wide shot. Of course, we have talked about the short list, so you can plan your short list before you go and generate your storyboard. All right. So of course, these two, the short types and the short list, helps you to build a concrete storyboard. Okay, that helps you to build a concrete storyboard. All right. So okay, so Neza is back to the Nazareth. Okay. Oh, Nisa is Nazareth, right? Okay. Now I'm getting to know. All right. So I see them here. I see you here. Um, okay. Neza is here. All right. You see now I'm beginning to know some people's names because they're active. Huh? All right. Moby Studios. Who is Moby Studios? What's Moby Studios? What's your name on the chat? What's your name on the chat? Okay, so I see the Utu Mirror is here as well. The Utu Mirror is here. That's good. Okay. Good to see you. Good to have you here. I caught scene. Who is I caught scene on the group? Who's I caught scene on the group? You guys tell me now. Okay. Excuse me. All right. So Emmanuel. Oh yeah, Milano. I know Emmanuel's name. Oh, he's actually very active on the group. Okay, so that's Genesis Productions. Love it. Okay. We have I Caught Scene. Who is I Caught Scene? What's your name on the group? Okay, so I see you guys here. All right. So now we are heading to practicals, you guys. We're going to create a dummy script. That we're going to use to build our storyboard. We want to put to practice what we just learned, right? Our short list and our and our visual. Basically, we want to put that into practice. So let us build a short story, right? We're going to build a short story. Then we're going to do what? Build our short list and with our short types. We'll mix our short types into our short list. Then we're going to use that to build our storyboard. All right. So let's do that now. But I need a story. I need a scene first and foremost, right? I need to build a scene for my story, right? So I don't have a script here. I'm in my boyfriend ChatGPT, just like you know. I don't play with ChatGPT. So I'm going to put that here and I'm going to tell ChatGPT to give me one scene, just one with a beginning, middle, and end. So we're going to have a complete story in one scene so that we can do that into our short list and our short types. All right, so you guys, I'm going off just to talk to the microphone here. So if you don't hear my voice, please keep the chats alive. Those that are not here, tell them they are missing. Those that are here, if you're getting value, say if you are lost, tell them you are lost now and ask questions so that they can help find you. Okay, I'm going off just for a bit so that I can talk to this mic and then I'll be back. Okay. Okay, so you guys, I just gave ChatGPT the script, the story that I wanted to work on. The story that I told you to do is something traditional, something local, right? Where my characters are like they are on a date by the riverside, and the female, they are on a date by the riverside, and then they happen to come across a cave that draws their attention, and something happens to one of them at the end of the day. This is my story. This is the full script for the scene. I told you beginning, middle, and end. So you can see here, this is the beginning, middle, and end. So we have that covered. Remember, we have talked about this before. If you don't know how to write a story yet, please go and watch our old videos. Okay, remember, I've talked about this. You can use the same format for every type of story, whether your story is 2 minutes whether it is 30 seconds, whether it is whatever, the same format applies every time. It helps you to get the best story out there. So yeah, I have the hook, the beginning, I have the conflict middle, and then spiral middle, and of course the ending, the resolution, right? So I have it here. So now that we have our story, what do we want to do? Of course, we have just 2 characters in my story. So I'm going to generate those characters first. I hope somebody is watching so that you don't come back and say, oh, I don't know how to do this. I know we are still going to touch on this again by Friday, right? Because that's where we're really, really in depth for storyboarding, right? But let's do this properly. Okay. So we have the story. The story is very interesting here. I don't want to read it out, but yeah, it's quite interesting. The story is just basically about the couple having their, and then the cave draws their attention, and then ended up, something happens to one of them. So what am I going to do here? I want to generate my characters first. So I'm going to tell ChatGPT to give me the details of my characters, just because I don't want to waste your time. Normally, you should have drawn up your character Bible and then use your character Bible to generate your characters, right? So create a detailed, let's just tell ChatGPT here, a detailed image prompt to help me generate my characters and the location. Okay, so we're going to get location prompt and character prompts from here, right? I said image, not prompt, not image, prompt. So ChatGPT has a way of doing this. When you ask for prompt, it usually just goes straight to generate, not image. Prompt, not image. So let's have it generate that. Okay, so you see, okay, so now we have this very, very detailed, so we see that here, and this is the location 2, the cave, location 3, the chamber of mist. And of course, this is a master consistency tag. So before you generate your characters, there is a master prompt that you add to the beginning or end of your prompt. You can see that ChatGPT has done it. Like I told you guys, yeah, my ChatGPT already understands me. So when I tell it to do stuff, it already understands how I'm working, right? It makes my work faster. That's what you should be using your AI to do, make your work faster, right? Okay, so now we have our characters here. These characters, remember, how are we generating them? We have to generate them what? Against a white background first, just like what we did the last time. So let's go and generate our characters first. So I'm going to copy the whole thing here for my character. I'll paste it here because I want to copy the major prompt, right? Just in case for someone who is worried about consistency and whatever, just try and do that as well. It helps you. You will still do the same thing for probably your male character, just in case if you don't trust your AI. So I'm going to copy that. Then we are going to go to Gemini. We're using Gemini today, just like before. Let's use Gemini, and then I'll tell Gemini to create a very sharp image for me. Create a very sharp, create a very sharp image for me with this prompt below, and make my character stand in a plain white studio. I love a white background, studio background. Okay, so I'm going to paste my prompt here, and then don't worry, I'm going to do more of this by Friday. I'm just trying to give you a taste of it, So I'm choosing 9:16 because I'm on here, but usually you should go with 16:9 if you're doing like long form, right? So, but because we are streaming on portrait format, I usually just generate my characters on portrait format. But for you, you're generating for film style is usually wide screen, right? Not long screen, wide. So you go for 16:9. Okay, so this looks like my character. So the characters are on a white background. Okay, so the couple and whatever. So because I put that other prompt, right? So let us separate them and say, give me the woman alone. Give me the woman alone facing full front. And this is me chatting with my Gemini. Make sure you have rapport with your AI, right? Let us see if it would understand me, or I need to start the whole process again of generating my character. So these are the characters that I want to use for my film. You already know how to do that. You learned that last week. So if you did not learn it, if you don't know it, then go and do it. So you guys can see this. You guys can see this. We now have the woman full front, and I love it. So I'm downloading it. She looks full front and it's perfect for me. Okay? So we're going to do the same thing and say it should give us a man. Now, give me the man as well, facing full front. Okay? So now we have the man as well. The man will face full front. So now we will have what? We'll have our characters first. So once we have our characters first, the next thing we want to do is to now use these characters to build our storyboard. The story will help. I want the man alone. Let me say, the man alone. I want the man alone. Okay? So I want the man alone. So it's going to give me the man's picture, just that. Yeah. So this is how you start. This is how you must start your characters first, because that would keep the consistency for you. All right. So you see now, we now have the man alone. We have the female. We have the male. Now, man alone. I love it. We are downloading the image. Yeah. So now we have seen our story. Our story says what? The couple, they were having, one thing. Then the cave called their attention, and then they went to the cave and something happened to them, right? So here I can easily plan it and say, okay, so I want different shots in this in this story. Now this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back here and copy the story. I will copy the story here. This is me copying the story. Right, I'm going to tell the ChatGPT to build me a 9-grid storyboard using our. Remember, you're supposed to have planned your shots, but because I trust, I'm going to allow it to do it for me. Yeah, but please plan your shots just in case you have your own. But if you don't, of course, just go ahead with this step. That's what I'm showing you, right? So, all I'm going to do here is I'm going to ask ChatGPT to build me a scene by scene storyboard. I want a 9-grid storyboard, 3x3, right? 3, 3, 3. That's a 9 storyboard, 9, whatever. How do they call it? 9 image storyboard. Yeah, 9 grid. Yeah, 3x3 grid storyboard. Yes, that's the word. Okay, so that's what we're going to ask ChatGPT to write out for us here based on this story, right? Okay, so let's do that. Create. All right, that's right. Write image prompts for a 3x3 storyboard grid. Storyboard grid. Storyboard. Okay. For my story. All right. So, okay. So it's building it. Don't build. Just write. Don't build. Just write. This ChatGPT always likes to show himself. Just write for me. Oh, this love is wicked. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, let's copy the location first. Let's copy the location first. Remember, we need the location for our characters, yeah? That's where they'll be having their timeout before the cave will call. So we're going to copy the prompt for the location. You see how I'm focusing on this, yeah? Because this can mar or make or mar your story. If you don't focus here, anything can happen. So I'm hoping that you are following and you're getting value. Okay? Please ask questions so that when I'm done, I can look at it and ask questions. Create a very sharp. I'm trying to generate their location now. image of, okay, so let me write completely new design, because if I don't write a completely new design, it's going to think that it's a follow-up of the previous image, right? That's why I usually add that, a completely new design, so it will not generate it on, as continuation of the other design, since I'm working in the same space, right? If you want to work on different spaces, it is easier, it is better for you. But because I am teaching, I try to show you in a stretch, just so that you are aware of it, right? So this is me doing it in a stretch. This is their location. So I'm going to generate the 3 locations here. Okay, this is the first location. This is the first location. So we will download this. We want to place our characters here, right? In this location. So location 1, location 2. You guys, can you see that? This is location 2. Let's copy out location 2. Generate these 2. Let's go 9 by 16. Okay, that's location 2. Let's go with location 3. This is location 3. Okay, so for those that don't know how maybe the shot to use or whatever, please use your ChatGPT to still, as long as your story is tight, you will still get like good frames at the end of the day, so that nobody feels like, oh, I don't know this thing, I'm not sure I will ever know it. No, I don't want anybody to feel like that. Okay, so this is location 2. Look at the cave. The cave is there somewhere. Something is happening inside there, so they want to go there. That's location 2, right? Don't worry, we are going in depth next, like on Friday. So this is location 3, right? Now we have our 3 locations. You guys, now we have our 3 locations. Okay, I don't know what brought this couple here, but yeah, we'll understand with them. All right, so now that we have this, let us look at our initial, look at the storyboard that ChatGPT did. Look at the storyboard that ChatGPT did for me. It wrote out the shots. Can you see the shots here? It wrote out the shots for me. Shot 1. You guys, look at this. Shot 1. This is for this scene. Shot 1, the riverside hook. Wide cinematic shot. You see it used a WS here, right? Can you see that? It has already been written. CWS, MS here. Shot 2, discovering the cave, MS. Shot 3, over the shoulder shots. Can you see that? OTS. Can you see that? Shot 4, WS. Can you guys see that? Okay, if you're following, say I can see I'm following. Okay, so we have a dramatic shot here. Remember I said you're learning 0 to 9. So any other thing you do with it is up to you, right? So 0 to 9 can make a billion numbers, anything that you want to put there. LS is also here, long shot. It's almost the same thing as saying wide shot, but wide is like to the width. Long is like up, yeah? You give like lots of headroom. That's long shot. It's just the a portrait and landscape, basically. That's the concept. So CS, you see CS shot here. You can see that here. You can also see this here, WS, and then you see what? At the end here, I think we have another shot here. Sunset shot back. Okay, so you can see this here. This is our shot list. So this is an example of what we call a shot list. This is exactly what we call a short list. Okay, so this is what we call our visual storyboard. This is our visual storyboard. Each of these becomes a scene in our story, the same scene, but we have told it in 9 different ways. This is what becomes our story. It has the beginning, the middle, and the end. That's why I said 3 by 3 grid. Okay, 3 by 3 grid. Oh, someone is saying the writing is blurry. Okay, what I'll do is I will download it and I'll send it to the group. Don't worry, I'll download it and I'll send it to the group. Okay, I'll send it to the group. All right, so that you will see the example clearly. All right, I'll download it, I'll send it to the group. All right, but that is how to build. We have built what? We have built our short list here, and then this becomes our storyboard. So all we need to do here, if you want to get these into your your film, I'm downloading this. Sorry, you guys, the internet is slow. Okay. The internet is quite slow. That's why everything looks blurry. Sorry about that. Some things are just beyond our control, but we keep showing up. We keep pushing. Yeah. Okay. So this is our short list and this is our storyboard. Okay. So we have translated both our short list and our short types into a storyboard in text format. This is our storyboard in what? In visual format. The same story. We took the story that we had and we turned it into what? Into these shots. So now, next week, I think by Friday, we will now break each of these shots out of this cocoon, right? Because this now, on its own, each of them, these 9, become full story for scene 1. So instead of just generating one image for scene 1, guess what? We now have a complete story of scene 1, beginning, middle, and end. The beginning is the top, the middle is of course the middle, and of course, you see the last row, that is the end. You can see that here. That tells a complete story. Right? So this is what your storyboard should look like. Every scene should have its own storyboard. So now that we have downloaded this, we can take this over to, we can take this here. Remember this one we're generating here on what? On what do we call this now? So we can open a new chat. Let's open a new chat and bring in our location, our first location for scene. First part. Okay, so let's have Gemini write out what it sees. So put all our shots here. Let us tell Gemini to adapt. They will come, they will adapt, right? Okay, so what are we doing now? We have collected the shots that ChatGPT wrote for us. We have collected that shot, right? And we have brought it to Gemini. We now put it inside Gemini and say Gemini should write everything that it sees on the shots. This is what we need now, so that we are not stressing ourselves. This is how to work smart. Sure, you see now. So this is us giving Gemini the work. Look at Gemini. Gemini will go to work for us. Now look at this. You no go stress for prompt. You no go stress for waiting. Stress for prompt. You no go stress for wahala. Nothing at all. Now look at. Have our 9 shots for scene 1 ready, straight up. Do you understand? We now have our 9 shots ready for scene 1. This is scene 1. Now, let me show you how we will use these shots. We'll just copy here to here, put our characters back to where we generated our character. Go back to where we generated our character. We're going to put our characters together with the first location. Put our character, male and female, with the first location. Okay, are we back? I just want to make sure that we get this out. Then we come back on Friday and continue from here. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Just to confirm that you can hear me. Okay. Oh my goodness, you guys, it seems like you lost a lot of parts. Okay. Maybe we'll start all over again on Friday, right? So let me just wrap up here. So what I'm going to do is put that prompt and then let's generate our first scene. Of course, the internet interrupted it. So we're just going to click again, get our images and our location, 2 characters and the first location, put it here, then generate this. Yes, so let's try to do this fast. Okay, so you guys, did you get up to this part or should I explain again? Did you guys get up to this part or should I explain again? Did you guys get up to this part or should I explain again? If you're lost, say I'm lost. If you're getting value, say I'm getting value. If you're lost, say I'm lost. If you're getting value, say I'm getting value. You guys, can you see this? Okay, so this is the beginning. This is the first shot. Okay, don't worry. I think we would have to restart on Friday again. Maybe we should call it a day today. Then we continue on Friday. We'll continue on Friday, you guys. Let's continue on Friday. let's continue on Friday, okay? Okay, so just to run you guys through how we got to this point, let me run you guys through how we got to this point. We started from here. This is ChatGPT, okay? So based on our story, I asked ChatGPT to build me a short list, and using our short list and our short types. And ChatGPT did a perfect job for me. You guys can see it here on your screen, right? So this is what our short list looks like. We have the WS here, wide shot. You can see that for shot 1, we have WS. We have what? Medium shot for shot 2. For shot 3, we have over the shoulder shot. For shot 4, we have a wide shot. For shot 5, we have, can you see how we planned all our shots? And this is only for scene 1. This is only for scene 1, right? This is the translation of these shots. This is the translation of these shots into visuals. This is a translation of these shots, the shots that ChatGPT has written here. This is a translation into visuals. So when we translate it into visuals, these are the shots that we will get at the end of the day. So ChatGPT has done a good job by giving me the image, representation of this. Okay, so all I need to do is download it. I downloaded this, and then we went over to what? To Gemini. Right? So I went to Gemini. I put these the image, I put it into Gemini here. As you can see, this is it here. This is it here. You can see it here. I put it into Gemini, and I said, write everything you see out, following their numbers. So Gemini went to work for me, and Gemini wrote it out. Shot 1, you can see. Shot 2, you can see. Shot 3, shot 4, shot 5, shot 6, shot 7, shot 8, and shot 9. The complete 9 shots have been written out by Gemini. So all I need to do is what? Copy these shots, put my character and their locations together, and generate my image. That is what I did here. Okay, that takes us back to where we ended. That's where we're going to be ending today, right? So I came here with shot 1, and I put my character, see the male character and female character and the location. I put them together, and I put my prompt under them, and this is the shot that we got. This is how we got this shot. Okay, that is what we did. Okay, so don't worry if you missed any part. Come back and watch the video again. Okay, come back and watch the video again. All right, so guys, this is how we end today. Don't worry, we are going to go deeper into short list and storyboarding. We're going to go into storyboarding by Friday. We're going in depth into storyboarding. Today we have done short list and short types. We're going to talk more about storyboarding, okay? Because storyboarding helps to make a story concrete and in-depth. So instead of just doing one shot, one image for one scene, that shows that, well, you are a storyteller, but Alaba market people are storytellers too. Onisha people are still storytellers, right? But you want to be an authentic storyteller like them, Clarence Peters, them Kule Afolayan, them Kemi Adetiba, then this is how they think. So I'm showing you how to think like that, okay? By Friday, we're going to go deeper into storyboards and how it brings your story to life. By next week, we are going into video generation. The images that you have generated, now you know how to translate your images into images, right? You now know how to translate them, your story from script into images to tell a complete story. Guess what? You will now learn how to animate them to make your story loud and beautiful. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining today's class. I know the internet was not nice to us today, but yes, we did show up. We keep showing up. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. Your assignment will be sent to you on your group as usual, right? Try to do your assignment. By Friday, we'll be doing our diary session again. All right. Have a blessed rest of your day, everybody. Have a blessed rest of your day. If I did not answer your question on the live stream, please ask your question. Tag me on the group. Tag me on the group. Ask me your question on the group, okay? If I didn't answer your questions, tag me on the group. All right? Tag me on the group. You guys, thank you so much.